Let's bring in Jeremy Hunt, served as an Army captain, chairman of Veterans on Duty. He says that Fort Stewart is where he got his start as a young Army officer. Jeremy, good to have you with us today. Your reaction to this event, having served there yourself, what can you tell us about who serves at this base and what we should understand about the environment here?
Yeah, well, first off, just, my heart goes out to all the victims of this tragedy, and I've been praying for them all afternoon that they pull through and they get well and have a speedy recovery. Look, I'm very angry about this. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear this is a fellow soldier who carried out this attack against people who wear the same uniform as the person who carried out this attack. I mean, it's very, it makes this all the more tragic. And, these are people who show up to work every day in 2A BCT. That's what we call the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team, the Spartan Brigade. And these are soldiers who raised their right hand and swore to defend our Constitution and who care deeply about our country. And the idea that they would be at home on base and will be victims of an attack like this is just, it's unthinkable. And so I'm just continuing to pray for all those who are affected by this and the families. And I'm looking forward to getting answers about what actually happened
Yeah, we
today.
all are. And we're joining you in praying for these families. 20,000 active members at Fort Stewart, 10,000 civilian, including the family members that are there. What can you tell us about the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team, what they're training to do, where they're likely to be deployed? It's my understanding that they are sent generally to Eastern Europe, Korea, and Kuwait. What else can you add to that about this team, Jeremy?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was there, at least one of the best brigades in the Army. I'm very proud to have served there. That's where I got my start when I was a young lieutenant, an intel officer. And the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team, you're correct. They're regionally aligned with Eastern Europe. When I was there, we deployed to Ukraine back in 2016, and we did a lot of joint training with the Ukrainian armed forces and helped train them on NATO doctrine. So it's a very important, very, very critical brigade combat team. They do a lot of work. We have all sorts of assets. I mean, all over the base, and we're really one of the ones that are called upon to go in. That's our motto is Rock of the Marne, and so we often say dog-faced soldiers is who we are. And so I'm just very, very proud to have served in the 3rd ID and just the entire 3rd ID community, but also, I mean, all over the Army. I think people even at different bases are watching this news coverage and are frankly, some are probably afraid, wondering why they aren't safe on their own bases. I mean, these are questions that I think a lot of people are thinking about right now. And why does this happen? Especially, you don't expect it to happen to people who wear the uniform.
Yeah, why did it happen is, obviously the question that is on all our minds, given the relationship and the commitment that these people have made to each other and to the country. We've gotten, there is some information floating around out there about potential law enforcement interaction that this young sergeant had. He's maybe 27, 28 years old, but we're going to get all this laid out, these facts. So I want to just, encourage everybody to wait until we get this official word at 3:30 this afternoon. And obviously, one of the earliest questions that is raised here is whether or not there's a terrorism element to this. We all remember Nidal Hassan, who was both. He was serving in the military, and he also had ties to terrorism ideology. This sounds like it's a little bit more domestic in nature, at least in terms of what his his beef was, perhaps. But your thoughts on the pressures and understanding, I guess, when somebody maybe needs help or is raising some suspicions based on any of the things that I just laid out, Jeremy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll say this. I mean, I don't think there is a officer in the Army or even a senior non-commissioned officer in the Army who doesn't take time to make sure their soldiers are okay. I mean, one of the first things we learned when you first joined the military as a leader is you check on your soldiers, make sure they're getting the mental health resources that they need, making sure they get the care that they need, and asking tough questions. And a big part of that comes from knowing your soldiers. If you see things that look a little off, they seem to have, they seem to be acting differently, we're asking questions. And I think that's something that you'll see throughout the Army. And so for this individual to have done this, that's why there's even more questions here being raised about how did this happen? Who was this person? And why did he carry out this heinous attack?
Yeah, and as you say, we're waiting for word on the condition of these 5 individuals. There were reports that 2 of them were taken to a level 1 trauma center, and we're going to get some more information just about 20 minutes away, and we're going to stay on this until we get that. Jeremy Hunt, thank you very much. Good to have you with us.